Just when you thought things couldn't get more insane in Hollywood, things just get a whole lot worse. And now, despite all of the massive amount of controversy that they have been plagued with over the past couple months, Warner Brothers and James Gunn decide to take things to a whole new level. And things are starting to there's a lot of red flags that are starting to pop up for James Gunn once again. A lot of disgusting things that are starting to come to the surface about him that makes a lot of people start to question if he really is the person that people have been speculating that he has been for years. So obviously it kind of goes back to the first controversy that I had that got him fired from Marvel in the first place, which was all of the terrible tweets that got exposed about him and all of the disgusting things that he was saying on Twitter. Just vile stuff. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's just jokes. And it probably was just jokes, but it doesn't change the fact that what he was saying, things about, you know, minors and boys and all of this stuff was absolutely just horrific stuff. And then what we have is Ezra Miller, the dude who over this past year has basically just been living Grand Theft Auto in real life, who has done all of these terrible things with kids and just all sorts of horrible stuff. He is now apparently going to be staying in the DCEU as the Flash at the same time that they are firing Henry Cavill from playing Superman. Henry Cavill is too based for Hollywood. He is someone who doesn't go by the narrative, and I think that at the end of the day, that could be a big reason for why he was fired. And Ezra Miller, the terrible person that he is, gets to stay in the DCEU. This is absolutely insane. So Warner Brothers reportedly opened to Ezra Miller, accused of grooming a 12-year-old, returning as the Flash. What the F, dude? And who is the one that is orchestrating all of this? James Gunn. James Gunn is the one who is coming up with this brilliant plan for the DCEU. And he thinks that Ezra Miller should stay as the Flash, when Ezra Miller is an easily replaceable person for the role of the Flash. I could, off the top of my head, think of several people that could do a fantastic job playing that character. And yet they're going to get rid of Henry Cavill, who is the perfect Superman. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. It looks like we may need a little more of that cancel culture than previously thought. Variety reported that Warner Brothers executives are open to Ezra Miller returning as the Flash, given that Miller has stayed out of trouble since beginning mental health treatment in the summer. Some executives are amenable to continuing with the actor as the world-saving speedster after The Flash bows on June 16. Aquaman, Shazam, Blue Beetle, and Gunn's Peacemaker series for HBO Max all could have a place at the table. Like, I'm speechless. I don't know exactly what on earth they're thinking. Like, even if, let's just say that all of the horrible stuff that Ezra Miller has done over this past year wasn't in existence, that doesn't change the fact that you still got rid of the perfect Superman and you're keeping someone who is just like a mediocre Flash at best. Like, he's not even someone who is like some sort of iconic person in the role for this character. Like, what on earth are they doing? As a quick refresher, last year Ezra Miller was charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after so this goes into all of the terrible stuff that Ezra Miller did over this past year. I've made several videos on it that you can go check out if you want to. So, and of course they were being met with a lot of backlash over this news, as they should. This is why Marvel is better. Well, Marvel isn't really in a good place either. So really, Ezra Miller over Henry Cavill? That is, of course, the general reaction that people are saying are feeling about this. Please say psych. Oh man.
I'm in Flop, get the fuck out of here. Flash, I mean, he's canceled, but I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna use him. I mean, what that nigga did ain't got nothing to do with us, you feel me? Nothing to do with the DC studio.
So yeah, I mean, like, this is just nuts, man. I don't even know where to start with this. And like I said, it all just goes back to the fact that there are definitely some red flags that are being raised about James Gunn. In my opinion, I think that this really just shows that maybe there's a lot more going on with this whole James Gunn situation than we think, especially considering the fact that we just got all of the crazy news about Mastodon the other day, the new leftist social media site that's supposed to be kind of like their Twitter now. And we heard a lot of very questionable things that are happening with Mastodon and some of the horrible content that's over there. And who was the one who was promoting Mastodon? James Gunn. So Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. What do you think about this whole story? Hope you guys enjoyed. This is absolutely insane. We're going to continue to see what happens, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.